Hey, Shalom, Shalom, and Barakatham. All praises be to the Most High God, Yahweh, and His only begotten Son, whose name is Yahweh Shai. Hey, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Koholo Yahweh, Koholo Yahweh Shai. All praises be to the Most High God, Yahweh, and His Son, whose name is Yahweh Shai. And I wanted to jump into this lesson that you see that's, from this article here on the screen from Reuters. And it's dated August 18th, 2025. I'm going to start here, which this is just another episode or volume of Geography in World War III, which is the push to proliferation of war on the earth, which is by the will of God, the will of the Most High, who the Most High is behind World War III coming to pass. So let's read a little bit and get a few precepts through the Spirit. Now, this says Russian oil flows to Hungary and Slovakia halted after Ukrainian attack. Now, these are some key pointers here. A summary. It says oil halted over suspected Ukrainian attack. Ukraine has stepped up attacks on Russia's energy facilities. Leaders of Ukraine and Europe to meet Trump on Monday. Russia is working to restore oil flows, Hungarian minister says. Now it says August 18th, here from Reuters, this article, Russian crude oil flows to Hungary and Slovakia via the Druzhba pipeline were halted on Monday. Officials in Hungary and Slovakia said, with Budapest blaming a Ukrainian attack on a part of the network. Ukraine has stepped up attacks on Russia's energy infrastructure, a key conduit for generating money for the Kremlin war efforts, with oil and gas sales accounting for a quarter of Russia's state total budget proceeds. Continuing on, Russian foreign minister neither confirmed nor denied the account of the latest attack, but wrote on X that Hungary can now send compliments to Moscow, not Kiev. The oil supply disruptions have happened as U.S. President Donald Trump is due to host Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky and European leaders in Washington later on Monday to press Kiev into accepting a peace deal with Russia. Unlike most other EU countries, Hungary has kept up its reliance on Russian energy since Moscow's invasion of Ukraine. It imports most of its crude via the Druzhba pipeline, which runs through Belarus and Ukraine to Hungary and into Slovakia. Oil flows via the Soviet-built Druzhba pipeline were also briefly suspended in March following a Ukrainian attack, it says, on metering station. Now it goes on to say, the latest strike against our energy security is outrageous and unacceptable. It goes on to say, Sorokin did not respond to a request for comment. Russia's Transneft, which operates Druzhba in Russia, and its energy ministry declined to immediately comment. According to the Russian government, Russia supplies 4.78 million metric tons, or around 95,000 barrels a day, of oil to Hungary via the Druzhba pipeline. Now, got what I wanted here, and I wanted to show more and more that the implications of war with Ukraine and Russia is like a catalyst for a wider war, which is World War III, which the Most High is behind that. And we'll speak on that here in a second. So as this war is continuing on, going into the third year here, it's provoking members of the BRICS alliance, to actually continue to expand the BRICS alliance, right? And so we're seeing European nations being tied with Russia, which some of these are old Soviet-run, countries. Slovakia, which is known as Czechoslovakia, you know, and as we was reading about Hungary and others, and that's what Russia wants. Russia wants to reclaim that old USSR territory, right? So all of this is going on because this is the will of the Most High. All of this is the will of God. Scriptures tell us that the Most High rules in the kingdom of men, meaning he rules and he actually sets the precedent of what's going to happen on the earth. And ultimately, he's behind war because that's the will of the Most High. Exodus 15:3, the Lord Yahweh is a man of war. The Lord Yahweh is his name. So the name of the Most High is also synonymous with war. With war. So the Most High is a great warrior. And Yahweh Shah, our Lord, is coming back as the conquering line of Judah. And he's a great warrior as well, like father, like son. So the Lord Yahweh is a man of war. So that's why war is going on the earth, because it's prophecy that the nations would actually, come together here in the last days to overthrow Babylon and the rule of the wicked. So that's what's going on. So the BRICS alliance plays a key role in this push for war, because once again, it's all prophecy. Jeremiah 50:9, for lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon, Babylon the Great being America, right? The harlot. For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations. And that assembly of great nations today is known as the BRICS alliance. That's being made clear, in the last 3 to 10 years. This alliance has come together since about 2006. So this is that assembly of great nations. It says, from the north country, headed by Russia, they shall set themselves in array against her. And they're coming against who? Babylon the Great, America. From thence shall she be taken. Their arrows shall be as of a mighty expert man, and none shall return in vain. So they're ultimately going to fire on Babylon the Great, which is America, with those ICBMs, intercontinental ballistic missiles, and thermonuclear war and destruction is going to be upon the earth. So this is the will of the Most High, which is war. The will of the Most High is that the war, of wars would be World War III, which would bring forth the Messiah. This is Zephaniah 3:8. Therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord Yahweh, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations. So the Most High is determined, which is his judgment, is that he's going to gather all the nations to fight together, starting with that assembly of great nations that would align against Babylon the Great. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them mine indignation, even all my fierce anger. For all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. So the earth is in turmoil because the Most High is bringing down the rule of the wicked. Let's show that. So the rule of the wicked is almost complete. And who is the wicked of the earth? Well, when you read here and throughout the precepts, it makes it clear that the man of sin, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, the European, the Caucasian today, as they go by, they are known as the children of the wicked. 2 Ezra 6:9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So the rule of Jacob is what's coming, as we're seeing the rule of Esau is falling. Because Esau has been a cancer to the earth. And that's why the man of sin has to be destroyed, because he is the mischief maker and the cancer of the earth. He's put the earth and the world in the greatest form of turmoil, because the scriptures speak about how he would be the red horse and the white horse. He would come to take peace from the earth. So that's why he has to be destroyed. And he's being destroyed. Now, as I was touching on, Esau is the end of the world. So now, let's get this. It's the book of Isaiah, touching more on Esau and why the BRICS alliance is coming against the rule of the wicked, because this is causing more turmoil now in Europe, this war. And Kiev, or Ukraine is saying, well, you need to blame Russia because they've been stepping up more attacks on us. So we have every right to defend ourselves. And so this is going back and forth. And that Nothing Burger meeting up in Anchorage, Alaska, between Trump and Putin just shows further that World War III is moving closer and closer. You got what's going on today. I've been seeing brothers in the group text posting, things about the Venezuelan president, Nicolas Maduro. They're talking about war in the Caribbean. And in the days to come, I might do a geography of World War III on that, because all the geography shows all the nations who are aligning up, right, to come against Babylon, and then the allies that Babylon has. Now let's show the rule of the wicked is coming to an end. 2nd Ezra 6 and 9 we read, said Esau is the end of the world. Now this is what the scriptures say concerning Esau. Isaiah 14 and 13, for thou hast said in thine heart, speaking of Esau, Edom, the man of sin, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. And he has done that. He's went into the heavens with, going back to the time of Sputnik, which the Russians were doing that, which those are Edomites. And then America followed with all the Apollo missions and NASA, so on and so forth. So this has been Esau predominantly that has been the leader of space innovation. And that's prophecy. For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God, meaning over the Most High's people. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north, meaning in North America, is where Esau is ruling over the children of Israel. Verse 14, I will ascend above the heights of the clouds, meaning it will go into the second heaven, which is known as the universe. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. Now the man of sin believes, because of his technological advances given to him by the Most High, his science and pseudoscience and technology, that he's actually, an equal with the Most High. Isaiah 14 and 15, yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit, meaning you were going to be destroyed. Verse 16, it says, they that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee. It says, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake nations, speaking of Esau, because he's losing his power. That's why it says, is this the man that made, meaning past tense. Verse 17 and a point, that made the world as a wilderness, meaning he destroyed the world. It says, and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of his prisoners. And his prisoners are speaking about the children of Israel, which the Most High has not forgotten what he's done concerning his people. This is the book of Revelation 11. Get a few more and close it out. In verse 18, Revelation 11 and 18, it says, and the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come. It says, in the time of the dead, that they should be judged. And that's the nations we read in Zephaniah 3 and 8. It says, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants, the prophets, the believers, starting with the men of the Lord, that's standing up, the 144,000 for the Most High, and to the saints, the believers that are hearkening unto the words of the prophets, and them that fear thy name, and all those that are written in the book of life, right? Whether a child, a woman, a man, no matter what nation they might be in, if they're of the elect of the seed of Jacob, that they're going to receive these promises. And them that fear thy name, small and great, shouldest destroy them which destroyed the earth, and shouldest destroy them which destroyed the earth, which the man of sin is who made the world as a wilderness, right here in Isaiah 14 and verse 17. All right, so that's all through the spirit of the Most High God Yahweh. I got one more that comes to mind. This is Revelation 18. Revelation 18 and 20. It says, rejoice over her, thou heaven, and ye holy apostles, speaking about the elect, and prophets, for God hath avenged you on her. Us seeing the downfall of Babylon is showing that this is the vengeance of the Lord's temple. Revelation 18 and 21. And a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, which is symbolic or symbology of the missiles coming down and destroying Babylon, saying, thus with violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down, and shall be found no more at all. So this place is going down, and it's never going to rise again. I want to give all praises, infinite honor, and glory to the God of heaven and earth, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. All praises be to the Most High God, Yahweh, and the Son, Yahweh Shai, in the name, right, of the Holy Spirit, the Rakakwadash. Honors be to the elect elders of the nation of Israel, who are labored in truth and in sincerity on the four corners of the earth. Barakim La Habayath Madawada. Blessings to the house of David, which you brothers labor in truth and in sincerity as well, and in faith. And to the Akim and Akwath, the brothers and sisters that also listen and believe on the glorious gospel being preached throughout the four corners of the earth daily. Unto you I say, Shalom, Shalom, and Barakatham.